Hey guys, this is my first review that I've been able to do. If you kind of want to see what this review is, then keep watching. Okay, a little bit of background. Okay, first of all, I'm doing a review for the Shany Cosmetics brushes. You know, I said to my professional self, maybe it's a good idea to invest in some brushes. Usually when I do makeup for people, it's been family stuff, but for the past 2 years, I've gotten to broaden my horizons, and more people have been asking me that aren't my family. So because of that, I was like, it's time to invest in some brushes. It's more professional, and you don't want to use your fingers on a client. So that's why Shany Cosmetics was really good for me, because I was able to purchase all the brushes that I would need. I ordered the 32-piece set on shanycosmetics.com, and this is their website online. And so it came in this kind of box, and then it opened up, and then out came the little brushes. So this is all of the brushes, the 32 brushes that I will show you in a few seconds. It came in this little tie, which this is really good if you are like me and when you're going on a client or something, they don't usually come to my house. So I'm usually going on site for whatever I'm doing makeup for. So when I do go on site, it's good just to have this in my bag along with the palettes that I use. And this is good just because it opens, folds up, folds down. So it's not, you know, and it's bendable, so it's not like boxy where it would be super, you could fit this into a small place. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you open this little guy up, and then out rolls this, out rolls this little guy. Look at all these little brushes. This is so cute. And then this little flap kind of protects the brushes. So along with all the brushes came probably the most important thing that you would need. And this is all of the brushes, and all the brushes are numbered, and they're numbered like on the actual brush too. So this is really good because they have a number, and then you can look at the number, you can look at first what the brush is even called, and then also a little description on how to use the brush if you don't know. And honestly guys, there's you can use multiple uses or on different parts of your face for one brush. So this isn't like you have to stick to this or else. But it is something I would recommend just as a reference sheet. Obviously we don't have time to pull out all 32 brushes. That would be a long video. So I'm just going to pull out a couple that I've used recently and that are kind of my favorite. I haven't used all of them but yet, just because I just got this a week ago. But I have used enough just to kind of know. I ordered this online and it was $32. So it was on sale because it was originally, let me see. It was originally $60. So I got it really good. I got it half off, and this is really where I wanted to spend. I didn't want to spend like over $100 on a brush set. And this is great because it's not like, if you know the e.l.f. products, which are super cheap, it's not like those brushes where they're, you know, they're poorly made, very poor quality, but these aren't like the high-end stuff. So you can purchase multiple of these and use different ones, if that makes sense. So I do like this brush set. All of the brushes came like this. They came in this little plastic thing, so you take the plastic piece off, and then this is kind of like to protect your brushes. So you take that off, and then you have the brush, really nice and soft, but it's not flimsy, you know, it's nice. The first brush I'm going to show you guys is this brush, and this is the contouring, or they say it's the contouring brush. Let me make sure if that's correct. Well, they say it's a large blush brush. That's what they say this is. But I use this contouring my face, and I thought it was really good. I really like, first of all, I like how small it is. I use an e.l.f. brush to contour my face all the time. I use this, and it's cool because it has a flat top, which is really nice for contouring, but this is a little big for where I want to have the product placed on my cheeks. So that's why I don't use this as much anymore, because I have this, and this is smaller, so it gives me more defined contouring, but it's not so small that there's like streaky, it's like a streaky line. So I really like this. They call this a large blush brush, but I use it for contouring, and I think this works better for contouring. The next one I'm going to show you is, this is their medium angled brush. Yes, their medium angled liner brush. And I use this for obviously filling in my brows. I use a brow pencil, so I usually don't usually have to use like eyeshadow as a brow filler. It gives you a clean, nice, angled, defined brow. So this one is really good, but I also use this one. I used this one on a bride a couple days ago, and this is the cream sponge shadow brush, but I use this because it was an angle. I use this as a brow filler too. So both of these work. I'm telling you, you can use them for multiple things. They use this as like a shadow brush, but I would not use this as a shadow brush. What really works well, I'm just placing all the product over a lid or something, placing a large amount on someone's lid, is this one. They say this is a pointy blending brush, and this one as well. And these are nice just because you can place the product all over their lid. This is called a small fan brush. I like this though because it's stiff, and this is really nice if you want to be concealing your under eyes, because you want like a stiff brush. You don't want a flimsy brush because you want the product nice and blended out. You know how I told you guys that trick, that triangle trick. So you want to be able to blend it all over. This is really good if you're doing a bride's makeup and you don't want to use your fingers, because I use my finger under my eye just because it warms up the product and it makes it easier for me to blend it out. And I don't really like brushes when I'm trying to do my concealer. So this is really nice. This is a really good tool if you want to be professional. And I thought this was really cool. They also gave like a liner brush and an angled liner brush. So they came like this, and so you just take off this little protector, and they have this. This one is the angled liner brush. So you see how it's nice and small. I haven't tried it yet, so I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know what it's like, because I like the brushes I use defining mine. But I like this one because this one's stiffer, and this one is number 5. This is a liner brush. So these are really nice just because it's a nice tool where you can wash them all the time and reuse them, so you don't have to keep having like an eyeliner brush or something like that. I really like that. And then they gave you an eyebrow brush. So this is just to, you know, shape your eyebrow brush your eyebrows. And then they gave you an eyelash and eyebrow spoolie. So this is just to brush your lashes out to get them more individual, and then this is just to shape your eyebrows. And then they gave you this cool little, this was number 32, so this was their fan brush. I thought this was neat. I haven't used it yet, but this is cool. Obviously you can sweep extra powder if you got too much powder. You could also have a translucent powder, and that way it's not any color, but it just kind of gives an all over matte finish. And number 7, and this is, if you see, it's just really small. This is a narrow lip brush. They say a lip brush, but I think you could use this, obviously you could use it as a brush. This is really nice if you want to get into the crease, just a really defined crease. So this is really nice for that. Okay, and then the last one is number 8, and this is a detail concealer brush. And you could obviously you could use it as a detail concealer brush, I use this, like I said, you could either use it as a highlight, putting it under your brow bone. You could use it in the inner corners of your eyes. I've done that once. So it's just nice because it's stiff and it allows you to pick up the product and then to place it wherever you want in a more specified area. The big boys on campus. This is the large blush brush that I showed you for contouring. This is the powder brush that I showed you. This is nice if you're wanting, you know, to place a lot of powder over one area. And then number 29, this is the blush brush. This is a little big for a blush. Overall, I'm really happy with the purchase. They give you a wide variety of use out of them. So I don't need to really use any other brushes. I could bring all of these on the destination that I'm going to do someone's makeup. I would recommend this. It's not, you know, I like the bristles. I haven't seen a lot of shedding as I pick out one. I'm just kidding, that was stuck. I haven't seen a lot of shedding with these, so I think that's good. Also, they're not flimsy, you know, they don't have, they're nice because they're not super dense like high-end ones are, but they're what you need and they get the job done. And so that's why I like these brushes. I don't use them on an everyday basis just because I don't really use brushes, but when I'm needing more defined stuff, or these are just really good for playing around, that kind of thing, just go on shanycosmetics.com and purchase some. And it's really worth it because if you don't want to spend obviously hundreds of dollars like the Sigma brushes would be on just an overall set, then Shany Cosmetics is a really good because it's not super cheap like the e.l.f. brushes. I highly recommend these. These are really good. Obviously they're not the best in business, but I really couldn't afford the best in business right now, and I think they're good for what I need to do. So I'm glad you watched my review. That was really sweet of you. And like the video if you thought it was helpful. I'm going to be doing an updated foundation routine soon. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and make sure you are safe and good to go.